can show you the world. No, I can show you the sweater. I was very flattered. This is very cute. Sewing, we always assume it's machine sewing, so. Yeah, I'm okay. Hello, my name is Belinda. I'm the indie dyer from Featherfin Yarn, and you're watching the Featherfin Yarn Podcast, a little podcast where I tell you about what I made in the last few weeks, sewing, knitting, and more about my hand-dyed yarn. I'm very sorry that it took so long to film this episode. We had a lot of sickness in October in my family, but everybody is well now, and I have so many finished objects to show you. Let's start with the finished object I am most excited about. It's my Viking top. I have drafted this pattern myself, and I wanted to have a matching outfit for the Ren Fair outfit I made for my baby. I made him this little tunica from some IKEA curtains. And in the spirit of using more things that are left over or still in stash, I have sewn a ring sling for baby wearing during my pregnancy. And I still had blue linen left from that project. So I have made this beautiful, also now Ren Fair outfit from the linen. It's pure linen. It's the Nisa softened linen by Mind the Maker, I think. And the color is faded blue. And yeah, I think it's the perfect use. I think I used everything I had left over from the fabric except a few little scraps that I can make pockets from in the future or some inner lining things. You see, the fabric had enough stiffness that the collar is holding on its own without me needing to interface anything. It's really just the linen. And yeah, I have not completely ironed it, but I was like, it's a Viking outfit. I don't think Vikings iron their clothes. So yeah, I am very happy. It was the first time that I had to make these little straps. The first time I tried to make straps with this fabric, I tried to make the beautiful spaghetti things where you turn them inside out. Not happening with this fabric. So I just folded it, top stitched it, and I think I needed around 4 meters of it because I wanted it to go around my body quite a few times. Yes, so that was a funny endeavor, making many straps. So let me show you some details I incorporated in this look. I have moved the shoulder seam quite a bit in the front. It nearly looks like a raglan seam. There's no other shoulder seam there. It's really I extended the back piece quite a bit to the front. To finish the openings like the armholes, I used a narrow facing. That was just the easiest thing. I am a little bit bigger than my mannequin, so it looks a little more fitted on me. But I know that we are always on Ren fairs when it's very hot, and I will be so happy about something that's a little bit more breezy and out of linen. I still have to think a little bit about what I wear underneath it, because if I move my arms up, you can see a little bit of my bra. So I think I have to lift the armhole in my sloper pattern. So that's the source of everything I draft. And I think the armhole in this is a little low. So everything that I draft with this as my source will have a little bit of a lower armhole. So I also put in little loops on the sides so I can pull the strings through. I'm going to lift this because I don't think you can see it. So it has a little bit of a triangular hemline. It has the same hemline on the back. And yeah, I'm very happy with this design, and I can't wait to go on some Ren fairs next year with it. And the next finished object also has been a long time coming. The matrix sweater is finally finished. Uh, This is a sweater I have knit on the knitting machine for my husband. I will insert some photos of him wearing it because it looks massive next to me, but it fits him really well. And I have used the Ivan sweater pattern by Heidi May. It is a great pattern. It fits my husband really well, and it has a huge range of age groups. So the little size is like 1 or 2 years, and it goes up to 6XL. So I don't think I need a raglan sweater pattern for my son or for my husband ever again. I will use this and modify it however I want. I used two different colors of my super sock yarn. This is the color Pine and Sage. My husband chose the colors. He wanted something green, and I asked him if he wanted something a little less contrasty, but he wanted to go with a high contrast look, and I can respect that. And yeah, I named it the Matrix sweater because when you hold the fabric this way, it looks a little bit like this, like these code lines that go down in the Matrix, the movie thing. I'm very happy with the sweater. He's very happy with the sweater. I'm happy with my yarn choice. The Super Sock yarn is very durable and very, very easy to care for. And my husband doesn't want to think about how much care he has to take of his handmade sweater. Next are a lot of small little hand knitting projects I finished in the time between now and the last episode. Normally, a one episode would have been in between, so yeah, there are a lot of finished little projects, and let's dive into it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little projects that I finished. So, the first thing I want to talk about is this cute little neck warmer. It's just a little leftover project. I had around half a skein of cashmerino in Viola left from another project, and I just wanted to make something quick and very useful. The pattern is the basic neck warmer by Anna Sunny Knits. Yes, that's right. And I modified it a bit. I didn't want to have a fold over turtleneck. This just a regular standard turtleneck. And I have used some pearls to create some diagonal lines in the fabric around the chest. After wearing it for a while, I think I might have liked it if it gotten a little bit longer, because when I wear it and I put my jacket over, the back of the fabric flips over with it. I don't know if it would help if it was longer. I would need to make a neck warmer that's a little bit longer and then test that out. But I'm wearing this nearly every second day when I go out with my baby and just throwing this on instead of a scarf. And I have a matching hat that I made with the other half of the cashmerino skein. And until yesterday, I also had a matching pair of mittens, but I lost the right mitten. So this will come into play at the end of this episode when I'm talking about my new cast-ons. Now we have a little baby project for my son. I made another fourth hat. I know I love my fourth hats. This is my third fourth hat. And I also made a fourth hat. But I only have the one for my son here because the other one was a gift knit for a male friend of mine that needed a hat for the winter. And because I chosen this gray color that was matching with my son's eyes, I also chose the espresso brown color to match with my friend's eyes and hair. So that would look very great on him, and the hats really make the eyes pop and shine, and I like that in the winter months. So I think it's a really great idea to match your eye colors with your hats, and I think I will make myself one too. I have nearly the same eye color as my son, so probably this. Is this matching, or do I need to get lighter? I need to watch the camera footage after I finish filming. The recipient was very happy, and he showed me a picture of him wearing it. It fit him very well. And I immediately got a question, can you make one for my father as well? He wants one too. I was very flattered. This is very cute. But I really have to get my Christmas knitting going, so I cannot make any more gifts for people that are not with me on Christmas Eve. I'm sorry. And a quick little interlude, that is something I have to do as an indie dyer from time to time. I have made a test knit, not for a pattern, but for a yarn. Sometimes I just order new yarns that I'm interested in and I test dye them. And I'm also always playing around a little bit with finding new colorways and experimenting a little. So this is not a colorway that I can dye to order. It was just an experiment. And it was an experiment that did not go where it should be. So this color is not from something I wanted, but that's okay. It's a test. I'm going with it. But I wanted to see the texture of this yarn. It's I think it's lace weight, and it's a brushed merino cashmere yarn from the same manufacturer that makes my cashmerino yarn. So the cashmere and the merino is extra soft. I always stay with this manufacturer for all my cashmere yarns because they have the best cashmere. And yeah, I wanted to see their brushed yarns. And I held the yarn double because I had not the patience to make a fourth head with 2.0 millimeter needles. I don't. I only had a 50-gram skein, so I could not make the long brim. I just made the short one. And yeah, that is it. I love the feeling. It is as soft as I wanted, but I don't like the look of the brushed yarn so much. Perhaps because it's too thin? Perhaps I need a thicker yarn and then I would like the brush texture. What I will continue testing some brushed yarns from this manufacturer, and I hope I will get to a point where I say, okay, texture good, feeling good, dyeing good, let's go with it. So yeah, I will keep you updated. And the last finished object I have sadly also not here anymore because it was also a kind of pre-Christmas gift to my cousin because she has a little baby girl now. I have used the same pattern I used for all my baby knits. It's the sweater from the Seaside set by Petit Knit. I have modified it to be able to knit it on the machine, so I split it on the raglan stitches, and then I made 2 sleeves in the front and the back, flat on the knitting machine, and sewed it together afterwards. I have lowered the neckline a little bit because I noticed that petite knit patterns are a little small for, I think, babies in my family. And it's so cute. I used the teddy bear sweater pattern that I had from years ago for the embroidery. I have really tried to secure the embroidery sneakily on the backside, but I don't know if it's very secure. And I really, really hope the embroidery won't come out in the washing machine. That would be so sad. But I'm seeing my cousin on Christmas, and if anything went south with the sweater in the washing machine, I can fix it on Christmas. Now we come to the works in progress. Yes, I have works in progress. I have a returning project. I have sewed a racerback top a few episodes back, like in first or in the second. So it's not long ago, but I had to put this down for a little bit because my idea did not go as I planned and I was frustrated and I was just like, okay, you sit in the corner for a little bit. I will come back to you. And I have, it's not the weather anymore to wear a sleeveless top, but I will not abandon my project. The fabric was too expensive for that. The original idea for this racerback top was that I wanted to emulate the things that you saw trending a few weeks back. Which brand was it? The Uniqlo tops with the incorporated bras. And I think that was so clever. I had some nursing tops that had such incorporated shelf bras in them. And I thought, oh, I want something like this for the summertime. So I sewed some power mesh inside it, and I just lined it with the same pattern but in power mesh, and I wanted to make a elastic around it so that it would be a shelf bra. I tried that on and it did not look great. It didn't look like I wore any bra at all, and it also felt a little bit insecure, like, you know the feeling when you have to run somewhere and you have the feeling you have to like hold yourself together that you're not jumping all around. So yeah, not a safe solution, not a secure solution. I tried taking in the side seams of the shelf bra, and that made something very, very strange with the armholes of the outer fabric. And I think the problem is just that this top is not skin tight top, doesn't have negative ease. Yesterday I took my scissors and I just cut out the shelf bra because I think that was the problem. I think the top in itself was okay. So yes, I cut out the shelf bra, I tried it on, and as expected, the top is still very nice. It fits just around my body, not snugly, not too loosely, just fitted. And I had to rip out the binding on the armholes, and I think handling the armholes so much stretched them out a little bit. So for my next binding strip, I reduced the length of them even more. I hope they will not pucker, and I hope they will just cinch in everything again so that the fabric lies flat against my armhole. And the top will be finished. So this will very, very likely be in my finished objects in the next episode. Next is the missing mitten on my project list. I love those mittens. I'm very sad that I lost the other one. It was just, I think it was in my hand at one point when we got the baby out of the car, and then the next we drove away, and I think we left it there. It fell out while putting the baby in the stroller, and yeah, I'm very sad. But I still have some yarn left from when I made these, because my hands are so small, I don't need a lot of yarn to make mittens. And the pattern is the Arched Gusset Mittens by Pearl Soho. It's a free pattern, so yeah, I will just knit up another pair. Problem is just that I forgot to write down anywhere which needle size I used. The pattern asked for a 3.75 millimeter needle. At that time, I did not have that size yet. So I had to choose a 4.0 millimeter needle or 3.5 millimeter needle. And I think I chose the smaller one, so I have a denser fabric, which is useful for mittens. That's my working theory, and I hope when I knit it up, it will turn out in the same size as this one. Yeah, that were all the projects I have finished and that are still going on. I have a little bit to talk about what will be new. My family has been to a little London trip, and I have made it a habit to get a little bit of fabric wherever we go to visit. So when we were in Amsterdam, I was on a little fabric market there and got a little bit of cotton. I usually get some souvenir fabric, and it's really nice to then later wear your thing, and you always think of the trip you had where you bought the fabric. And this is the fabric that I bought in London. We were at the shop McCulloch and Wallace. Was a lovely little shop, but so expensive. The wools were so beautiful. They were shooting wools and coating wools and all the wools, just as you would expect from a shop in London. And I have chosen a pure wool ponte. It's a red wine wool ponte, and I would love to make a Christmas dress out of this. But this is very soon, and I am very slow. My progress is often so slow. So with drafting a pattern and sewing, I don't know if I will make it to Christmas. But Yesterday, I bought tickets for myself and my husband for a Hans Zimmer concert in the new year. And if this will not work out for Christmas, I could wear it to the classic musical or cinema music concert. That would also be a very good choice. I also mentioned that I have to start my Christmas projects. My sister wants socks for Christmas every year. That's the only thing she wants, and I'm happy to oblige, but I have to start soon. I have developed a machine knitting pattern for socks with the ribbing. It's quite simple. I think I have, yes, I have one sock here. So that's the usual Christmas sock I'm making for my sister. I'm still debating which color, if it should be one color again or perhaps multiple colors. Yeah. And the last thing that is on my mind that I don't know if I will start it soon, but it is on my mind. I would want to make swimwear for my baby. Totally wrong season, I know, but I just somehow got it in my head, and then I remembered I have a swimwear fabric with patterns that are a little bit too crazy for me. Let me show you. I had this printed with spoon flower ages ago, and at that time I thought I would make myself some swimwear with it. It's half a meter each, so I would have made a bikini from this, not a swimsuit. And first was coffee mugs. I don't know. I love coffee. I still think it's a good joke, but it's just a little too crazy for me now. And the other one I just found so pretty. This is so pretty. But yeah, would it be inappropriate to make my baby boy for next summer a swim set out of coffee mug fabric? Is this okay? Can I do this? I think the colors are very nice, and perhaps you don't see at first glance that those coffee mugs. Do I do it or don't I do? I don't know. Cool. Then thank you for listening to me today. This was the episode, everything I have finished, I am doing, and I want to make. I have a quick note that on Black Friday, things in my hand-dyed yarn shop, Featherfin Yarn, will go on sale. The sale will go from Black Friday to Cyber Monday, and things will be reduced by 10 to 30%, depending on which collection it is. And for all orders over 100 euro, you will also get a free mini skein. So if you're interested in that and want to save some good cash on really, really pretty, good hand-dyed yarn, please subscribe to my newsletter. You will get a reminder in time to shop the sale. And I hope to see you again in 3 weeks. See you then. Bye bye.